Welcome back to Sometimes and Forever, the show where romance meets reality. Today we're tackling Meghan Duchess of Sussex's Harper's Bazaar cover. Yes, Meghan has appeared on the cover of a magazine again, this time makeup-free, completely barefaced. This is courageous, revolutionary, the boldest act of bravery since the celebrity last showed us they own a face without their glam team. First, we're going to talk about her makeup-free look on the cover of the magazine. Then we're going to discuss a few comments made in the article itself by her and what they reveal about her character. Are you ready? Let's get into it. So first things first, Meghan goes makeup-free. And honestly, that is brave. Because the internet has been waiting for this moment. Meghan knew she was opening up herself for criticism, and still she stepped in front of a high-definition camera and said, "Fine, this is me. Here I am. I'm gonna give them something to zoom in on." And honestly, good for her. But there is a but. I'm not sure this is something she should have done. Why? Well, Harper's Bazaar is the longest-running women's fashion magazine in America. This is a magazine that has been inspiring women to new standards of beauty for years. And every woman knows you have to put some makeup on to greet the world. Women aspire to the forms of beauty we see. I'm not so sure we want to see someone looking normal, staring out from the cover of a magazine, Duchess or no. I think this is a part of Meghan's obsession with wanting to be seen and loved for her true, authentic self, whether her eyes are too close together or not. Besides that, Meghan likes to do things her way, and she doesn't seem to be afraid of breaking boundaries. I wonder, though, if this is an act of bravery or a way to say to everyone, "Come on, take another little piece of me if it makes you feel good." Whatever the case may be, it was brave of her and the team at the magazine to do this. As I was looking at the many pictures from the photo shoot online, I had to ask myself the very basic question, why? Why is she doing an interview with Harper's Bazaar? She isn't promoting a new product, a new Netflix show, or a new book, is she? So why is she on the cover of the fashion magazine? I have a theory. This is just a theory, but I think that Meghan is stepping over into the world of fashion. Perhaps she's making that bold step to do something she has always wanted to do. That is, to launch a fashion brand and become a fashion icon. Perhaps like Coco Chanel. Who knows? Now, Meghan gave an interview to the magazine. That's what the spread was all about, after all. This was the opportunity for us, the readers, to get to know Meghan a little better. Once more. Honestly, she said nothing new or revolutionary in the interview, but she said a few things that kind of jumped out at me, and I wanted to make a few comments about them. The first thing I want to address is what she said about her children. She loves talking about her children, and I get it. That's mom pride. Good for her. But she said, "I watch them face things that are insurmountable every day." Insurmountable things every day? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When you are 4 and 6, you are not performing Olympian feats. You're learning to write your name without making the N backwards. You're trying to spell cat without it becoming the letter Q. You're learning that your shoes work better when you don't put them on the wrong feet. There's nothing insurmountable happening here. Unless you count reaching for the juice box at the top of the shelf. I don't know. What Meghan is describing isn't what's happening to the children. She's projecting her own adult emotional challenges onto them, which some parents do sometimes, so I get it. But let's just say it like it is. Meghan is facing insurmountable challenges with the hate she gets online, and through it all, she has to keep on going. She had no idea being a duchess who is trying to make a living outside the royal family would be so hard. She thought she would just lend her name to a few causes and collect some money. But it's not like that. She's learning that trying to make your name in a world that seems set against you is hard. So, what her children are doing isn't insurmountable. Meghan is not watching her kids take over the world. She's watching them do normal kids' things. So, no, ma'am. The two little youngins aren't the ones facing insurmountable challenges every day. That's you. Then came the next gem in the interview. Meghan talked about her jam. Yes, the jam. This is her big thing, the jam. She said she hopes that kids learn the value of being brave. They saw it when the jam was just a pot on the stove bubbling. Can you imagine that? Learning bravery from a pot of jam on a stove? Listen, the children aren't learning bravery from the jam. They're not. They did not look at the pot bubbling on the stove and whisper to themselves, "Ah, yes, this is what courage looks like." If anybody needed bravery from that jam, it was Meghan. She's the one sweating over the stove and trying not to burn down the house. The jam did not teach the children courage. The jam taught Meghan that launching a product when half the internet hates you is a bold choice. Again, projection. She's projecting her own emotional journey onto two small humans who mostly want snacks, cartoons, and hugs and kisses. Then came the moment when she talks about learning from mistakes. Now here is where I had to pause. I had to laugh a little and then sip some water. When asked what she learned from those moments, she said, "You learn not to do it again." What? Respectfully, I disagree. My life has taught me something very different. You don't learn from mistakes simply not to do it again. You learn from mistakes by doing it better next time. You refine, you readjust, and improve. Unless, of course, you are a child that just burnt your fingers on the stove, that mistake you do not want to repeat. That's fine. There's no point in revisiting such a horrible experience. But if you're an adult and you make a creative mistake, a career mistake, a mistake in your relationship, you don't stop. You don't retreat. You refine it and go again. That's how people grow. That's how people get better. And that's how you build resilience. So Meghan's statement felt wrong to me. It's like advice you give to a dog you're training. I hope she didn't mean it that way. I hope she didn't mean it the way that I'm taking it. But mistakes are a part of growth and must be used not as a reason to stop, but as a catalyst to do even better next time. So here's what I came away with from this whole Harper's Bazaar moment. Meghan is stepping into the fashion world, and this is a beginning for her. When Meghan talks about the children, she's really talking about herself through her kids. Bravery, that's hers. Insurmountable feats, that's hers. The lessons, all hers. She's narrating her internal journey and placing it in the mouths and lives of two children who probably spent the morning arguing over cereal. And that's fine. Lots of parents project. But let's call it what it is. The Harper's cover, the stripped down look, the open, authentic Meghan, is showcasing a woman trying to rebrand herself. That's really what this is. And here's something else to think about. This is a broader issue now. It's about celebrity culture. The celebrity self-myth. It is at an all-time high. Fame in 2025 isn't about talent anymore. Thanks to all these celebrities who are fighting for relevance, fame is about their profile. It's about the story they tell about themselves and how much people buy it. Meghan's story has always been, I'm resilient, I'm brave, I'm misunderstood, but I'm rising above it all. The Harper's Bazaar spread is just another version of that script in the Meghan Markle saga. That's all I'm going to say about this. Believe it or not, I am rooting for Meghan. I hope she learns the lessons she needs to, that she gets courage from her jam, and that she overcomes all her seemingly insurmountable challenges. But say it like it is, Meghan, and don't project onto the kids. This has been Sometimes and Forever. I'll catch you next episode. Until then, stay brave. Mount your insurmountable challenges, but do not project it onto anybody else. Thank you.